This is an opinion piece. I do not intend to offend or piss anyone off by having what I assume to be an unpopular opinion. Please don't force me to eat really spicy peppers. So unless I actually choose to make this video after some big replay of Breath of the Wild, which I do not want to do, holy fuck, it's a really big game and I'm already investing too much of my free time into a different action RPG game, series, thing, spare me, please. This is actually going to be more based on my memories of the game and stuff I look up, instead of strictly being based on a super recent playthrough. But yeah, like, you know, Breath of the Wild came out and everyone was like, holy shit, Joel, look at this awesome giant world and the art style is awesome and damn, weapons break. Well, everything else makes my knees weak. I can kill the final boss from the start of the game. And listen, I know what you're gonna say. You're gonna say, hey dude, who I never knew existed before this very moment, and I was looking up Zelda Maze, and now here you are. What is your actual point? And well, thankfully for me, this is my video, and I don't really have to have a point, but thankfully for you, I do indeed have one. A point, that is. My point is really just that I don't want action RPG to be all that Zelda is anymore, right? Especially if said action RPG Zelda games lack dungeons and temples, and no, I do not count the Great Beasts. Yeah, Ganon's castle is rad, but I would like there to be more of that in Breath of the Wild too. Personally, the disjointed, unconnected shrines did not scratch my traditional dungeon itch, and yeah, I get it. Breath of the Wild is not supposed to be traditional Zelda. It's a break from the mold, a reimagining of the entire concept of Zelda 1 in a way. In a December 2017 interview with IGN, Aonuma, Link's dad, basically the Shigeru Miyamoto to Mario, right? Except Zelda. He said that, you know, for me, especially just in terms of the Zelda series, the incredible freedom that this game offers you and how well that's been received, to me, it means that level of freedom is something that needs to be maintained in Zelda games going forward. My eyes have been opened to how important that is. Going forward, I think we should definitely consider that way of thinking when we create something in the future. He didn't say in any definitive terms that Zelda will forever be open-world, non-linear Breath of the Wild-style gameplay from here on out, but it does make me worried that that's what it will end up meaning. I mentioned earlier that I was going through another action RPG franchise, and that's been Assassin's Creed Origins and more recently Odyssey. And I guess even more recently Valhalla, but that's not going to be considered in this script because I haven't finished that one, so I shouldn't even have mentioned it, but whatever, here we are. Playing through the whole Assassin's Creed franchise stemmed off from a dumb personal project of mine to play through it all again after having played up to Syndicate and stopping there. But listen, I'd heard so many bad things about the new action RPG approach that Assassin's Creed has been taking that I was prepared to hate Origins and Odyssey before even starting them. Turns out I love both games, even if they aren't perfect. Action RPG or not, I can still stealthily infiltrate enemy encampments and assassinate specific targets. Aside from unnecessarily needing to upgrade the Hidden Blade in Origins to make it more likely to be a one-hit kill weapon, or needing a dumb, specific stealth damage loadout in Odyssey, and like, you know, really, that's pretty dumb. That's weird, whatever. But the basic gameplay loop for Assassin's Creed and the expectations for that gameplay loop are still kept. And in Origins especially, I really just love the world and the design of various temples and caves to explore. Not so much in Odyssey, because temples or whatever were just copy and paste environments and none of them stuck out to me. And I guess also, to make it clear, the little footage here in the background, it's of Origins, and it's just me booting up the game, doing a random exploration area that I hadn't done, just to have footage for this dumb segment where I talk about action RPG Assassin's Creed. It doesn't really fit with my script otherwise. Back to my point though, Zelda Breath of the Wild is still at its heart a mystical Fantasyland exploration game with combat and some copy and paste boss fights. But oh my god, I miss all the things the linear Zelda games were known for. I miss unique dungeon bosses. I miss heart pieces being my reward for exploration. Instead, the replacement is strictly shrine completion rewards. And yeah, I get that you can still improve your health, but like, it's in a different... It's not necessarily worse, it's just a different way, right? I just want to make it clear, I know you can still improve your health, I beat the game and all that. Just, you know, I'm awkward, I gotta over-explain everything, even when I type it out. Goodness. I don't think Breath of the Wild is even remotely a bad game. I remember enjoying it immensely when I played through it. Everything in retrospect makes me whimsical, I guess, or something. I wouldn't even really care if traditional Zelda games were still going to be made on the side, but aside from a Link's Awakening remake and a Skyward Sword port, everything from here on out seems to be strictly Breath of the Wild, and that just depresses me a little bit. I'm really shitty at making good comparisons, so maybe some people will see my Assassin's Creed comparisons and think I'm dumb or whatever, but hey, I guess that's your prerogative, but I'm just trying to make my point somewhat defensible. I don't know, I'm just a dude. I'm trying my best. I don't know what I'll do after this. I'll try to at least have a video a month, maybe more if this can somehow become a career for me down the road. We'll see. I'd probably like to do a video on Sonic Mania Plus at some point, but other than that, possibly fleeting idea, I don't know what's next for this channel. To have a Gucci gang time, or whatever the cool kids say these days. Even when I was a teenager, I didn't know what the fuck the cool kids said. Fucking shit. Personally, this joint did the fuck my fucking shit. And well, like, thankfully this is my video and I don't really, like, have to have a point. But I keep saying like too many times and I'm going to fucking... So unless... Fuck! But I just really miss all the things that the near Zelda games were known for. I miss Zelda I miss dungeon item. I miss dungeon items. I miss unique boss dungeons. Oh my god.